Hi everyone, I hope you're doing great. Guess what? It's time again for cards to go. I was waiting to get my new ink colors and they came yesterday. So I had the cards all designed, but I wanted to stamp on them with the new ink colors. So we have 3 cards from the Celebrate Sunflowers bundle, and we will be making again 2 each of the 3 cards. If you're interested, let me know, but let's see what they are first. Okay, so here's our first card. I remember I showed you before that big sunflower that I cut out, and I just loved it and had to use it. So I just added some of the pretty paper, some of the new cinnamon cider, typed a little sentiment, or stamped a little sentiment, sorry, and used this new punch to punch the edge out of it, and just added a little ribbon and put it on a card. And inside, just a little flower stamped. So that's our first one. Our second one, again, I just used some of the cardstock. This is the new cardstock called Misty Moonlight. I used this embossing folder for this old world paper texture on the back. Added some more of the pretty paper, some ribbon, some die cuts, and a sentiment stamped in the Misty Moonlight to match the paper. This one's stamped in the cinnamon cider. And then a couple of leaves inside. You could put a sentiment, or you can use whatever you have and whatever you want to use. And finally, wanted to use that big stamped sunflower. Now, you can use whatever you have if you don't have this set. That's why I used the scalloped circle to cut it out instead of the die that came with it that would have cut the sunflower out perfectly in case you didn't have this particular sunflower. So, added some leaves, and you'll note that they're textured again with this old world paper embossing folder. The background, I used another embossing folder called Tasteful Textures. This is new this year. And add a sentiment. This stamping is mostly done with the cinnamon cider, but I did add a few of the Just Jade leaves inside. So those are our 3 cards. I hope you like them. We used the dies from the Celebrate Sunflowers bundle. Gotta get this in camera. Hang on. There we go. Give it a little further back so we can see it. Okay, so the dies, and I used most all of these. I used most all of the dies, and I also used most all of the stamps. Here's my stamp sets. Everything is on blocks except for the one that says thanks a bunch, which if that's what you need, you can use one of those. These sentiments were the ones that I wanted to use, but of course you can use anything you have. Now in the kit, you'll get all of these. You'll get this die cut, and you'll get this all cut. Everything will be pre-cut, including the ribbons and the dies. And then you can stamp whatever you want, or if you want to get the stamp set and the dies, you can also do that. Remember, June is a month for extra Stampin' Rewards. So if there's a $250 order on your own or either with a workshop, the Stampin' Rewards will be an extra $25. So on a $250 order, that comes out to 20%. So we already have part of a workshop order started. If you want to join in on that and get the extra rewards, you can do that. I'll post the host card. We also used this, and I used most of the ink colors. Like I told you before, I didn't love the Magenta Madness, so I didn't include it. But there are some of the papers that coordinate with that very pretty. But these are the colors that I really love out of this year's ink colors. the Bumblebee, the Misty Moonlight, the Just Jade, and the Cinnamon Cider. These were the ones I just loved. I'm sure I'll find a purpose for this, but I didn't on these particular cards because a Magenta Madness Sunflower didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So those are our cards. I hope you like them. So coming soon, we'll have videos on how to make each one of these cards. In the meantime, if you're interested in card kits, let me know. You can see behind me, I've got all my papers laid out and ready for cutting. So I will be back to you soon. Take care all and stay well. Bye-bye.